Hello everyone, and thanks for watching Edupedia World videos. This is Sabiuddin Ahmed Siddiqui, and now we are continuing with the video 10, that is the practical demonstration of the programs where we left off. The last video was on understanding Eclipse perspective, that is the IDE of Eclipse. We are to some extent understood the IDE, how to use this. Now I'm going to demonstrate you to add the new project here, and then to files, classes, and how to write a program and how to write a code, and understanding the environment where you have to write a Java code. Now connecting with the previous lesson that was on understanding Eclipse perspective, now moving on to the new items where we have to create a new file project. That is, click on the file menu, then you have a new option here, click on new, then go to Java project. This will come up with the window where it is asking you to create a Java project. You have to type in a name, project name, that was which I referenced, that was first program. So I am going to write first program. So always remember that the name, you have to make this the same name of the class, so this project name becomes the class name as well. Now here the IDEs are listed here. If you have number of IDEs, JDKs versions, so you can choose any of the one which suits you. So I am just choosing the 1.6 version SE. You can see Java SE 1.6, Java Software Edition 1.6. Now click this and click on finish. Now the project folder is created with the name first program. Now moving on to the next step, that is about how to add a file or class to the source folder. SRC stands for source folder. Now here you are going to right click, it will open the window. You can see the new Java project class. You have to click on the class, right click on class. Now it will again come up with the window asking you Java class, create a new Java class. So you can see the source folder, it is already named here with the name first program. You give the name of the first program, and then you see the source folder where you are standing right now, and here you have to type in a package name, and by default it will assign a package without any parameters. So just I'm going to add a package name. Now see that, for example, if I type in something here, let's suppose FP, short for first program dot first program. So this is the default package name is removed, and you can see that your typed package name is appeared. And now you can see when I will click on OK or finish, and after selecting all the information from this window, so you will see that the package name will be appear with the fp.first program. So now the package name we have selected. Now here you can see the modifiers, as we are going to discuss them one after one. So this is by default public. Okay, you want default, no. You want abstract, no. You want final, no. So this is the super class, so we are not going to use anything. Let the settings go as it is. So you can see, yes, which methods you want, which method steps would you like to create. You want public static void main string methods, yes, array methods you need. So you will click on this. Now you will click on this, or by default it will be clicked or it will be checked. Now you want inherited abstract methods, the rest of that should not be touched. So now click on type name is empty. Yes, this is what the type name is. This is asking you type name, so don't get confused with this type name is empty. This is basically the class name. I'm going to give the same name. First you can see I put f small f. You can see type name is discouraged by convention. Java type name usually start with an uppercase letter, so always remember the first letter of the class should be capitalized. So first program, right? Or if you want to use first program, P also capital, as we have kept it in the theory part where we have explained this thing. So now click on finish to complete this exercise. Now click on this. Now you can see it has come up with the options first program.java. This is the basically Java file which will be compiled with the Java C compiler, and it will be run with the Java runner. So you can see that in the package you can see fp.first program, it appears, and then you can see the first program.java. This is basically the class file. When you click on this or play, you can see the first program class. You can see this C means this is the class file name, and then main method, one method is appearing here. So you can see, you can find easily that this is the method of the program. Now this is the method we are talking about. This is the main method, main string, right? Now these are the extra parameters which makes you confused, so always keep in mind that you have to remove the unnecessary comments. Now again, this is irrelevant to your program. Now I'm going to explain you the portions of the program. The first part is the package and the second part is the import statement. I'm going to import java x dot swing dot asterisk. As we have learned this thing that you have to reference the java swing dot asterisk package so that it can include or reference all the GUI components classes with swings. Now this is the first part, this is the second part, and this is the third part for the class where your program file name will appear. This is the class, this is the program name, this is the program name, and this will also be the name of the class. And when you run the program, you will see that this first F is capital and P is capital. So always remember the class name should vary according to the file name. That means if the file name is, let's suppose you by mistake you short it before compiling, so you just made it first 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 and PROG program in a running form, so this will be changed and the program will not compile. So always remember that these are the very technical tips, so you have to remember them all the way through. So now coming on to the next part, that is public static void main string square bracket. This basically represent the array of the statements which will come one after another, but this part will be discussed when we are doing some other work and some other specialization of the use of Java. So, and this args is arguments, and this argument basically, if I make the change here, if I keep arguments here or I remove this square box from here, cutting and this putting over here, so this doesn't matter. So if you do this exercise, it does not matter. But if you remove any of this, or if you kept the string s small, you can see that if this is small, you will see the red underlined. That means an error over there. So always remember that whenever you are writing this, you have to be very careful about when the mistakes or when the program is not running. Always first go to find out these mistakes first. So making this again capitalized, string s is capital. Always remember that the string s should be capital. Now again placing this to its actual position, right? So remove this. I have just given you the demonstration of this. Now I am going to show you how to just call the frame and then how to just create the object and to just call the object and instantiate the object. So keep watching. This is the next line which is going to include the statements which we have studied before. Now you can see I am going to just create Jframe, Jframe, JF. I kept the name JF short for Jframe, and JF will act as an object equals to new Jframe. And if you want to put some message within this method, so you can just put my first Java program. So this will appear when the program will run. On the very first line you will see that. Now I'm going to just run this, right? So I'm just going to run this to show you this where it appears. Then we will add the other objects and create other objects. Let's suppose jf dot set size, which size I should keep here. I should, let's suppose x and y axis, let's say 400 comma 500. So this will appear in the window, and then just I'm going to jf dot set visible. As I have told you before, that set visible to true because it uses the boolean expressions true. Now you can see the file I am going to run, so you will see that this file will appear with these parameters. So I'm just going to run this, right click on this, and you can see just run as Java application. Yes, current program, yes, it will keep on asking all times whenever you run the program. you can see the window appears, and you can see that this is the window over here, my first Java program. You can match this parameter from this. You have written the same thing, my first Java program. If you want to just make further changes, if you want to make your message lengthy, so you can do this at the design time. So I hope you understood this thing. Now I am just going to continue with the program. Now I am going to remove these lines so that you can see I am going to reference other object. That is, I am going to call the J button JB equals to new button, and again I am going to pass the parameters with this, as I have written there, press me, right, or press the button. So you can see the length of this button. Now I am going to add this button on the Jframe. So what I have to do is first of all I am going to just use the J button. I have to add the J button to the Jframe, and then you will see that how it is displayed on the frame. Now first of all we have to set the bounds of the J button so that the size we can see on the frame, which size to be we are going to make it appear. JB dot set bounds. Now which bounds? I told you before, let's suppose 100, 100, 100, and then 50. This is the, as you know, x-axis. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is width, and this is height. So you will see the button will appear with these parameters. Now jf dot add JB, add JB. Now the button is added. Again I am going to show you the frame. jf dot set size. Let's suppose now this time it should be 300 by 500, and then jf dot set visible to true. See, the boolean value is set to true. Now running this program again, going to Java program. Now run the programs, run as Java application. Again this will ask you the same question. This will keep on asking you. Now again you can see the form is coming. You can see the size. You can see the button is here. The button remains fixed with the whole window. You can see this is the button over here. Right, we have to set the bounds and we have to set the size as well. So now coming to the next part of this program. So I am going to add one more thing here. Set layout. jf dot set layout to null, right, and then you can see set visible true. So I'm just running the program again, so you can see what it affects the program. You can see, yes, this is set layout to null, means you can see the button size becomes smaller, and it is to some extent you can see that it is appearing as the size is over here mentioned with the 300 by 500. So you can see the height, the y-axis is 500 and x-axis is 300. So according to this you can see that the button is in the center, upper center. If I click this, you can see the button does not move, right, keep on pressing, so it has no effect. Now if I'm just going to resize it, let's suppose 300 by 300. Now you can see that how I can fix this. Now save this and again run the program. Java applications. Now you can see the size becomes smaller, around half of that. Now closing this thing, now you can see that how did I make my first program in using GUI components and showing. So you can see that how the first program is created, and you must be well aware of that each line or statement is very simple and easy to write, and if you just fix with this, so I don't recommend you to just fix on it, just keep trying always. If you are not remembering, but the practice should be this, that you keep on practicing, and this will make you perfect in this exercise. And that is why everything is being given you first to explain you, and then you are taking to the practical. So I'm just going to show you some other steps of the program. Now for the beginners, it is very important part. Now you can see the first part. I am just going to comment it so that you can remember every step. Now see that I am using double line comment. Double line comment, this is the first step of the program structure. Write as a package name. Then you have the second statement that is known as it appears as a import statement. The second part. Okay, the sequence remains the same. Then this is the very important part which I am going to explain you right now, that is program class starts here. You have to comment it so that if you are writing a big program, so you will be able to find the starts and stop and other parts of the program easily. If you do not write the comments, you will be mixed up or you will be messed up with this. So I always recommend you to, and all my students, to just use the comments. So it is a good programming practice. Now this is the main class. Main class starts arguments. You can just put another thing here with arguments. This is the third part, this is the fourth part. And now coming to the program body. Now again adding the comments to each statement. Now Jframe object creation or object instantiation, creation or object instantiation means this is the JF which is known as the object. Now when you write JF, you see that with the JF or JB, you see when I put dot over here, you see the other properties appear. When the other properties appear, you see that which property you want to use. So this is very easy, and this instantiation means that it is returning the methods to JF, and when you are writing JF, so JF will populate the list of methods available in the object. So this becomes the object, and instantiation means it is referencing the properties and methods available in this method. So moving on to the next one, that is J button. JB equals to new J button, where I have just passed the parameters with the press the button. My first Java program will appear with the frame border, and then you will see the Java button, J button, JB. You can see the class. Note this element neither has attached source nor attached Java doc, and hence no Java doc could be found. So that means whenever you are just moving the cursor, so it will again guide you what to do and which type of information it contains. Now see that the next one is the J button object creation. I am writing here object creation so that you can distinguish that both the things are same, creation or instantiation, right? So these are the same thing, but here you are creating the object of the frame, and this is the object of the button. This is smaller, this is bigger. This is API 1, this is, let's suppose this is Java Jframe API, and this is J button API, right? So this you have to keep on continuing. Now next line is to just add the comments to the coordinates of the button, that is the object of button, that is JB. Now again adding the comments, setting the X Y axis, XY axis, and width and height, right? So you can see the comments I have written for JB dot set bounds. Now here you are going to just adding the button on to a Jframe, right? Now again you are setting the frame size, setting the Jframe size to display on screen. Now the layout becomes null. Setting the layout to null so that the controls may appear on the frame. Layout to null, no move off, or you're not setting bottom, top, right, left, center. So these properties you are not setting and you are keeping this as null. And now the last one is for the frame, that is displaying the Jframe. Displaying the Jframe, set visible true. Okay, so displaying the Jframe, and then you come to the second last bracket. This is basically main class ends here. Let's suppose you can write the main class here with arguments, or you can write main class ends here, or main class ends here, or main class you can just type string class, or you can type string here, main after main, string class, so you can remember easily. And this is the program class. Program class ends here, that is first program. Now you can see that in this way it is tried to explain you the whole contents, and you can see the comments as well. I am just minimizing the window pane so that you can see all the comments. So this is basically is about the first program of Java. You have seen this. Now I am again going to run this program. This is known as white spaces. Just remove extra white spaces. So if the extra white spaces are more, so it consumes much space, so it is a good practice if you remove extra white spaces. So now you can see this, the program is okay. Now I am just saving this and running this again, and just you can see all the comments, and you can go through the whole program. You can see this I have done for you. You can understand everything. So this is the first program, and now again I am just expanding this and running the program. First Java program, you saw everything here. When you click on this arrow, you can see the class name, first program, the method name, main strings. If I add more methods, so the more methods will be in listing here. So now running this program again to show the final touch of this program. Now see Java application, and now it is appearing. So you can see the form. You can see this is the frame which we have created. Now this is your Java frame. So this is the first program. I hope you will like this, and in the next video where we will be focusing on constructor. So keep watching till the time you start practicing on this program, and I hope the next one will be more understanding. It will create more understanding to your programming skills. So till the time, keep watching, and the next part will be explained in the next video. Thanks for watching.